Um,
Oh my gosh,
I
my
think the game crashed, or not game.
what? Oh, I'm in. If
It
you're
shows
not,
everyone.
yeah, no,
It
no,
shows
no.
everyone.
That's a stupid spectator bug. But for the first time ever, I hit Control Shift R and it worked, and then Control Shift 2 and it worked. So this stuff is going good so far. I'm gonna post this link for a second.
Vladimir ban, Skarner ban, Udyr ban. Udyr probably banned because of top lane. I don't know why, but Udyr jungle is really strong, but we don't really see that much play from him
Mm-hmm.
in solo queue. I don't know why. I can I guess I can understand because I don't like playing jungle Udyr because like his ganks is kind of easy to avoid. Like he has to run up to you and hit you. But his clear times are amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Blitzcrank
really,
ban,
really tanky.
you know. And we see Vladimir ban. People have been saying Vladimir has been like the most OP champion in like the history of like League of Legends, but
Mm-hmm.
he's really strong in lane. I guess Darius made him popular with IPL, carrying really hard. Shen ban, Skarner ban. I'm not really entirely sure. Uh, he's still a strong ganker, strong jungler, but then he's not as strong as he was like a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of fell out of vogue. Shenban, I guess people still think he's like super OP. And he needs to be banned, but he's not that troublesome after the nerf. A Rise ban. Rise is probably one of the strongest AP mids currently. He's super tanky late game. He scales incredibly well because he scales off of mana instead of AP. So usually the items with mana make him more tanky. So he becomes stronger, harder hitting, and more tanky. So then he's just an all-around great champion to have in your team. Um, we see a Lee Sin pick top. As I said in the last game, his sustain is incredibly strong. Um, I think Poopster wants to play Shaco, but then he's kind of iffy about it.
Mm-hmm. It is interesting to note this is like the first game that Lee Sin's not banned. Caffeine does a really good job at playing Lee Sin, and Koban just locked in. I bet Caffeine was like, guys, they're gonna let me finally play my Lee Sin, and then nope. Sorry about it, bro.
Yeah, so we see
Yeah,
Jungle Shaco.
I
It should be interesting.
I did play Shaco in a game that I was streaming. It was a Reddit in-house game that I was streaming, but I wasn't casting. No one was casting it, and and I wish someone was because that guy is just if you play him right, just he does gank very hard, especially early on. So it'll be interesting to see if Shaco can snowball. The thing is, though, I think Lee Sin sort of ganks and snowballs almost as hard as Shaco, um, only has a lot more relevance late game, I'd say. So we'll see. We'll see how things go for Hoopster.
Um, there's a joke that I've come across in ranked where people ban Shaco so that your team doesn't get him
Yep.
because people because people believe that like Shaco is like super overpowered because he's constantly banned, but then like so they pick him and then they fail miserably. So then that's why, yeah.
Man, lots of rage going on in the Reddit
Reddit.
chat. Oh wow, I nearly clicked the quick spectating button when I tried to shut this chat. Whoop. Right. Genocide George picking up that Jarvan again. He did well
Pretty well, yeah.
in lane, right? He won his lane. And who was he against? Was that against Shree's Riven?
You mean Shriven?
Shriven? Oh wow, this is the Shriven isn't in this game.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she's always fun to watch.
I swear, if we see a jungle Taric, my day would be, totally complete. Like, I love jungle Taric. It's so fun to watch.
Yep, those ganks, dude. Those ganks.
Those ganks.
Oh, but there we go. Caffeine playing his Gragas, also very interesting to watch. If Poopster can get some good ganks, Caffeine is going to snowball so hard.
Cast an pick.
Decides not to go for the. Wait, sorry. Have they locked in? There's this bug where everyone looks the same. I think this is locked in, right? These are the final picks.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah, it lost like the champion lock-in noise and everything. A lot of the client got kind of screwed up this patch, but anyway.
Apparently we're seeing double jungle. Oh, no, we're not.
Nope.
Double
Now,
exhaust bottom. That should be interesting
yeah.
from blue team.
Yeah. Also interesting to see Lee Sin picking up exhaust over smite. When I play Lee Sin, I really prefer to get that flash because he's such a positioning reliant champ. And I almost feel as if post 6, having flash makes your gank stronger than having exhaust because you can kind of like, you can Q to them, flash behind them and kick them, or just all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the flash. But exhaust just makes your ganks a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It should be interesting how he plays that out.
Yeah. It's funny how this Reddit chat site suddenly died once everyone got in game. Oh, I forgot my green tea. Oh. We only type when you show us on screen. It's so funny. I drink county tea. All right. County green tea. County green tea.
Oh my god, I'm so tired.
I can't believe you're casting, dude. If you want to drop out at any time, I mean.
No, dude, I'm good.
Okay. Enjoy getting 5 hours of sleep before class.
Not even, dude. I'm probably not gonna go to sleep.
Oh, that's man mode.
Yeah. My friend is urging me to watch some video of Jackie Chan Adventures.
So who is this Poopster guy? Maybe people on Reddit chat could, I guess maybe put in the twitch.tv chat. Who's this Poopster? I haven't really heard of him. I'm going to look him up on Law King right now. Poopster. 1650. I don't know. People are making him sound like he's a pretty godlike jungler
Where are you reading this?
in Reddit chat.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Poopster has about 2K normal games. It's currently sitting at 1659 with a 1710 solo top rating. Not really any Shaco in his history. Just 6 games, six ranked games of Shaco. So I'm not so sure. At any rate, it'll be interesting to see. It's always fun to also cast games for Shaco, because when you're playing against a Shaco, you can kind of like, you'll just be fighting him and then he'll juke you, but you won't really know how. When you're casting games, you can see exactly how like each juke is performed. So it's always interesting to watch a Shaco get into a tricky situation, but just use that incredibly, ridiculously broken kit of his to just kind of evade and evade and evade. It'll be interesting to see how Lee Sin deals with Shaco, because of course Lee Sin has 2 abilities which will reveal stealth, even without a pink ward or an ult pulse, his Q and his E. So if he lands that Q, or if he uses that E and reveals him, Shaco can be, like the effectiveness of a Shaco can be significantly cut back. Also, if Lee Sin lands his Q and Shaco Qs away, Lee Sin can just Q over to him. So interesting to see, how exactly this game gets played. I'm just going to check my video settings, which I should probably make a habit of, and everything looks good. So it looks like we're good to go. Looks like we are good to go. So we see a couple of pings coming out for purple team and a blue ping. Looks like blue
On the
ping.
same spot.
Yeah, it looks like blue ping. Blue, is going to want to head to the top of purple's jungle and kind of swoop around maybe via golems and kind of go for the invaded red, because this Shaco does seem to want to start red. He's maybe going to put down a box just to cover this entrance. And Genocide George going into this brush where everyone is located. Oh, and he very intelligently uses that E, doesn't face check, which would have been probably a free first blood. Ari did start with her charm, and Mason did start with Q. Purple team knows, of course, that blue team could be around anywhere from the golems or just backing off. Caitlyn putting down some aggressive traps, or just kind of scouting things out. Maybe some defensive traps.
I think the whole point of this whole invading is just to disrupt Shaco's boxes.
Yep. Yeah.
Once you do that, you can like just immediately pull out because you put his jungle really far behind. We see a fight occurring.
Yeah, I don't know about this decision to invade against Ashe, because she has some of the highest level 1 damage in the game. Only jungle,
especially with the crit.
Yeah, with her crit volley combo, could have taken only jungle down to around half health. However, Koopster doing the safe thing and just staying on the other side of that wall and putting his boxes down into the red camp over the wall. Genocide George with his flag, able to check those brushes, and it looks like this is going to be a unimpeded Shaco kind of jungle route. Did he smite that? Yeah, he smited the big wraith, so I hope things go well for him here, because he doesn't have his smite up to take this red, but it looks like he is going to be able to... Oh, and Caston actually leashes red out of the box range, but it's fine. He's successfully going to get that. Only jungle uses his own smite on the blue. And looks like he might be going for a level 2 gank up top on a Genocide George. I don't know about that. They know Shaco's in the area, and if Shaco countered ganks with that red buff, I think they're definitely at an advantage. But we'll see if Only Jungle can make anything happen in this gank. The E connects, the Q connects. Very nicely done. That is going to be the flash. So a very good gank from Only Jungle. He is going to be in that brush, so Jarvan is going to have to be very careful. Checks it with E. Let's see.
But Lee Sin is so far behind in terms of like everything. He didn't get a kill.
Yep, Shaco already. I mean, it's always great to kind of put the pressure on, but especially against Shaco, who has such a strength in counter jungling, it's not necessarily the best idea to leave your creeps up. And I guess Lee Sin is a bit lucky that Shaco decided to go for his blue instead of red. However, we do see a level 3 double buff Shaco, probably almost certainly going to go over and find Only Jungle at his red buff. Only Jungle not pulling this can into the brush as he probably should. Oh, and he's forced to back off.
He knows something's up.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know how.
I think he's just, maybe just...
Super paranoid?
Just, yeah, I mean...
Oh, this is extremely dangerous for Lee Sin.
Ari's actually coming in, though. Probably going to find that box. Tarek coming in also. And it looks like...
Oh.
The Only Jungle got taken down so low with that. Oh, wow, but he finds the Ari. Gets fear? No, already got fear. Good.
That was a mistake from Shaco's point of view. Or not point of view, but
I think
that
he
was...
could have bought that.
Yeah. No. Like, I felt like Shaco could have deceived over the wall and initiated on that Lee Sin when the Tarek stunned him.
Oh, yeah.
But he decided to go after the Ari, which was a mistake. A misstep, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lee Sin obviously gives you sight, and then the combination of the Ari charm and the Tarek stun. Shaco knew that the Tarek was missing, but didn't know he had stunned the red. He was kind of like hanging in this top brush, like above the red buff.
My bad. I thought
Tarek
was I thought Tarek was on the purple team.
Oh no. Yeah, obviously
Okay,
that would have been
makes
a big
sense.
misplay from Shaco if he didn't follow up that Tarek stun. But yeah, that Tarek stun was because Only Jungle was very afraid and low on health, and that red buff would have maybe even killed him. It had just reset. So now Shaco is kind of just hanging out. Probably gonna put some boxes down in the Lee Sin's jungle. His golems are up. They might find each other here. And I think in a straight fight, especially now that Lee Sin has used his Q. Oh, and the smite comes out from Pookster. And Lee Sin going very low. He's gonna have to be careful though. He does get revealed. Very good play from Lee Sin to go in. Very nice escape, and that is a first blood. Oh, and unlucky for Jamal's son. The red buff had just expired. Could have been a double buff, even potentially going to the Caitlyn, which would have been a completely different story. However, I think that was very well played from Lee Sin, but also sort of not very well played from bot lane, who let blue team just kind of push and then punish the jungler. When you're counter jungling, you should generally get the help of your team, especially when your Shaco is so far ahead of Lee Sin like that. Tarek stunning a minion down bot. I'm going to take a look at the other lanes rather than just watching a CS fest. Koban and George. George out of mana, obviously. Koban on Rumble not having to deal with mana problems. So it looks like George is going to have to go back, whereas Koban could maybe stay in lane for another 400 gold to get that revolver. But in terms of CS, it's looking pretty even. Small, kind of slight CS advantage in each lane. For the purple team. Surprising, in fact, that a Kassadin is out farming an Ari. He is melee, and it just seems that Nisli isn't doing enough to kind of shut down Kassadin at this stage, because this is when he's at his weakest. Oh, by the way, we also see a gank. Only jungle, only level 3. He's just not doing a very good job staying up in levels. He's not even close to hitting level 4, and it's 6 minutes into the game. Shaco gonna find him at level 4. Oh, but this could be bad for Lee Sin. Gets found by Kassadin. The ulti goes down. He's already level 6, and that is a kill on Only Jungle. Very well done from Cappy to disengage from Ari and follow up onto that Lee Sin, who is very far behind in his jungle.
That was an extremely big mistake from Lee Sin.
Yep.
It's nearly impossible to gank a Kassadin, especially once he hits level 6.
Yeah.
But he stood there knowing that he hit level 6 and just like waited for that perfect opportunity that would never come.
Yep.
And he just wasted so much time that could have been like
and
as
a result
farming.
of this, he's also going to lose his blue buff. So Shaco's quite behind, but he's still further ahead of the Lee Sin, has done some of his own counter jungling, and is able to give these buffs away. However, we do see Rumble has come down and has spotted Shaco. A nice deceive. But actually, not so nice. It forces Cappy to tank that. Oh, and the ulti on Rumble, so long range, not enough damage to kill Cappy, and a very nice job. Oh, Nisli coming up though, able to pick up the kill on Cappy. Very well done. George tried to take the Rumble and Lee Sin out of the picture, but is forced to flash away. So I'd say that goes in favor of blue team. They lost the buff, but they gave the kill to their AP mid, who then took that buff.
That is correct.
Oh, some nice of damage from George. I think he has ulti up. He might go for the kill here. He gets the ulti down, and that is going to be a kill for Genocide George. That Rumble had used his ulti up on the trying to kill the Caston.
Yeah, most people don't realize that Jarvan's ult actually does quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, a huge amount of damage.
Like, people like only thinks it does like that, you know, that wall.
Yeah.
But it actually does quite a lot of damage to the person who targets.
Right now it's dealing about 245 physical damage, which is 10 damage higher than what Lee Sin is dealing. Actually, I think the scaling and damage on their skills is equal. But look at this, Lee Sin only level 4, 8 minutes into the game, only halfway through level 5. I have noticed, lots of damage going out on the Zynigan down bot lane. The Caitlyn ult was used, I think, which is the reason she is so low. Sushi does have arrow up. This could be a problem for blue team, but no, the arrow doesn't connect, is not even actually used, I'm sorry. And instead, Caitlyn disengaging with that 90 caliber net. Caston heading back towards mid, and Ahri heading down bot. Doesn't look like anything's really going to happen now. It looks like the lanes are going to go back to just farming. Right now we are 2-2. We do have, as mentioned earlier, the purple lanes are farming CS much harder than the blue lanes are. There is about a 1k gold lead, even though kills are equal and no objectives have been taken. But we'll see, I think, actually, especially with Kassadin, who does kind of, I'd say, scale a lot better than Ahri. Might be interesting to see. Caffeine is being a bit overzealous. The Q from Ahri kind of just flies out into the middle of nothing. But Caffeine went in there.
Commenting on his Q as well. That's
funny. But Caffeine was sort of low on mana in that engage. It could have backfired on him.
Genocide George with a BM.
Yeah, with a BM. Skills shot. Oh, and the arrow hits Tarek instead of Ashe. Jamal, what are you doing? That's 4 tower hits so far. Good thing he has that Dazzle or a Max. That Shatter or a Max, giving him 20 armor. Could have been bad. Almost. I don't know why I
on top lane.
Why didn't I am Jamal just ult there? Is what I don't understand. They got Ashe down to next to no health and did nothing about it. They didn't use that ulti as a finisher. Would have for sure been a kill on Ashe.
The reason why people do that is because like it's nearly impossible to land that skill shot or to land that ult. So they might as well use that damage as a front.
Yeah.
Oh, meanwhile on top we have
the ulti. Oh, but forcing the flash. Very nicely done. That Rumble ulti is actually, I don't know about this Jarvan thing. If George isn't careful with his ulti and Rumble drops a nice ulti inside of it, the equalizer that Rumble has is one of the strongest magic damage abilities in the entire game. So he's got to be careful not to. George has to be careful not to misuse his ulti and set up a free, 1,000 damage late game in an AoE for Rumble. Oh, someone's going low down bot. I think it is Janna. Zynigan does have her ulti up though, as well as that Philostone, so she should be able to just regen and get her health back. However, George seemingly doing quite well on Jarvan, getting a lot of EQ combos down onto the Rumble and really forcing him out of lane. Forcing him also to buy a Ninja Tabi and a revolver. Shaco kind of poking around. Oh, and lots of damage also once again going down onto Janna. That time around the ulti was used. Yeah, so obviously that ulti does a significant amount of damage. It has both great base and a great scaling. However, what I was concerned about earlier was oh wow, and Janna almost falling down to that Q. I missed that. But she does pop her ulti to heal up. Interesting. Caitlyn and Tarek just really bullying Ashe Janna at the moment. 80 CS to 71 though, so not the biggest lead. Wow, the exhaust goes down on the Tarek. He hadn't taken turret aggro yet. Could have been a completely different story. Oh, the Ashe arrow connects with Caitlyn down bot. The crit comes out. A lucky crit from Ashe. And Kassadin is around to maybe follow up on this. Can Caffeine get in range? Slow goes out. A nice exhaust from Jamal's son. Caffeine forced to use flash. That's going to be a kill. Are they going to go in? No, they are not going to follow. Lee Sin and Ahri also coming down. This could be a 3v3 here. Nistley has his ulti up. Catalyst proc. Ooh, wow. And a nice silence and ulti away. Oh, but lots of damage. And a quick ignite from Ashe negates that ulti. I don't know what Only Jungle was thinking there. He came in the long way around that lane. He didn't just runs straight to where the action was and followed out. Shaco is around though. Only Jungle gets feared, and now Cassian should be able to pick up this kill with his ulti. A nice turn from Nisli. I don't think it's going to be enough. Cassian has a lot of it. Oh, but he's out of mana. Oh, and Xenagage gets so low. Oh, and a nice shield saves her life. That was a back and forth exchange. I did notice Camping got the Catalyst proc in that fight, but it just didn't give him enough mana to get another ulti proc. Sorry, an ulti charge off. I think he did have his rift block. I can't talk. Stacked up fairly high because he used it a number of times consecutively. Did we miss a kill up top lane also? Did Jarvan die earlier?
I guess?
Rumble has a kill now, and Jarvan has a death.
I'm pretty sure then Jarvan J4 died.
Yeah, okay. Well, we did miss that up top. But lots of action going down bot. That was a 4v4 at one point. So well done from both teams. A little bit unfortunate on Cassian's part that he was out of mana. It could have been completely different story.
I don't think Rumble realizes that J4, his damage is also from magic, so he bought that armor, chain vest. Yeah, people don't really know how J4 really works. His passive does, I believe, magic damage.
Oh no, they changed it.
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah, it used to, and they, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 patches ago. Lots of damage coming out onto Xenagage. Oh, and Ashe tried to use the ulti to stop it. She was too out of range to get the to get the block off, you know, a body block on that ulti. So she instead fired an arrow just a little bit too late though. Couldn't get the stun off in time, and Janna did fall down. So very well done from Ashe. Actually, Lee Sin, a flash stun from Sushi sets up a very nice QQR combo from Lee Sin, able to take down that Ashe in lane. Very sneaky lane gank, and yeah, no wards in the brushes for purple team. And it looks like Shaco, maybe not the smartest thing. He knows. Oh, and Lee Sin actually connects with a Q. And his E is not able to proc. Oh, and only Jungle does get Dragon Arrow aggro with that E. That Lee Sin E is the AoE slow. So Shaco has bought a pink ward and put it down over at the Dragon Pit, and he's going to look to solo Dragon now. Actually quite smart. Unfortunately, he does tank the Dragon aggro instead of having his clone take it, but he knows that Lee Sin just kind of like scared him away, and he was thinking, I guess, they're never going to expect me to just turn right back around and do it, and I know they have no vision. Puts down the box to cover his entrance from the left, and then just proceeds to solo it. I think this will be an uncontested Dragon for purple team, because Lee Sin just has no idea. And there's the spike.
That was really close.
Yep. So now Lee Sin's going to say, hey, where'd my Dragon go? And realize that it is in fact on. If he had caught Shaco, obviously that would have been a free kill. Shaco dipping down just below 250 health in that Dragon attempt. We do see Lee Sin mid though. Obviously ganking Cassian not the easiest task to achieve. However, Caffeine has been very aggressive with those ultis, so I bet if Lee Sin just waited around long enough, he might be able to pick the kill. Caffeine does level up for that and gets that Catalyst proc. Ari, spotted by a ward, going up into the upper jungle, and Genocide George is going to say, thank you, team, for warding your lanes. I'm going to fall back, because he doesn't actually have his Tri-Brush warded at the moment, and that would have definitely been a kill had they caught him 2v1. So a nice ward from, I think that was Cassian, saw the Ari going up into that upper jungle for the kind of sneaky gank. We are 17 minutes into this game. We do see about a 2k gold lead for purple team, but that's pretty much, you know, a Dragon.
The Dragon, yeah.
With Shaco just soloed. So well played from Shaco. Nice job buying a pink ward. He really knew his kind of strengths there. He knew that he could do it. And Ashe just getting...
I have to criticize the Shaco for not ganking as much.
Mm-hmm.
He's been farming most of the game.
Yep. That is really the strength of Shaco, right? Those ganks.
Right, and his farming isn't that strong because he doesn't have any, AoE. It's all single target.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been counter jungling that much. He's been doing it on occasion.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see more ganks from Shaco.
Yeah, it was a nice play to solo Dragon. You know, that was the right call to make. But I guess maybe he just got a little bit discouraged. Sometimes with Shaco, you don't want to get caught by a Lee Sin in their jungle because he can obviously take away a significant part of the kit of your queue. It does look like Ahri is coming down as well as Lee Sin for lane gang, but Janna has learned her lesson and has put a ward down in this brush. However, Shaco really needs to head bot because this is a huge wave, and if Ashe gets dived on this gank, she will lose a ton of golden farm. And there's the dive. Lots of damage coming out on the Sushi. Just too much damage. I think he stuck around a little too long. He was a little too confident. The Q actually connects through the ring block for Caffeine, but it is not going to be enough. That's a lot of slow coming out, and he just very wisely gets back. Looks like Shaco might be able to pop his ulti and take down.
Meanwhile, on top we see Rumble.
Oh wow,
forcing
putting a lot of damage on him, and that is going to be a kill for sure from Koban. Very nicely done. I don't know what was happening up there. Earlier on, Genocide George was doing a tremendous job. Last time there was a 4v4 down bot though. We did miss a kill, and I don't know what swung the lane around. He has a chain vest. Yeah, he has 144 armor, and Jarvan is almost entirely physical damage. I don't think Jarvan actually has any magic damage in his kit anymore. Q is physical.
His AoE
his
shield
flag.
ability. Or flag?
His flag. No, his shield doesn't deal damage.
I have no idea how to play a Chief.
Yeah, no. Jarvan's passive is physical. His Q is physical with armor reduction, and his ulti is physical, but his E is still a magic damage ability. So I take that back. Okay. But still, you know, you're not going to be able to magic resist to shut down Jarvan. Almost all of his damage, just even with that that Sheen that he's picked up, looks like he's going for a Triforce. Just a ton of physical damage coming out, and that 148 armor is going to do a lot to shut down the damage that George is able to do. He's also only got 2 Durant rings, 2 Durant blades for sustain, compared to the Will of the Ancients on Rumble. So I guess it's just George can no longer do the sustained damage, and in fact we'll take a look at this sort of exchange. Even with these auto attacks coming out, he does miss his flag, he does miss his knock-up, and his Q.
You just see the power of the spell vamp here, he's just able to sustain.
Yeah, 34 health coming off of every Q Koban fires. Oh wow, but a nice ulti. Wow, that ulti from Koban already off cooldown. It looks like George is not going to be able to pick up the kill. Koban turns around very nicely.
Meanwhile, Dragon, we see Lee Sin falling to the Castle.
Oh, Nisli going in. Oh, actually, she could have continued on a Caffeine. Now, Janna knocked her into the Castle. However, Janna does fall. Oh, very nicely done from Caitlyn with that ulti, and it looks like Purple Team is just going to run away from that Dragon engage with their tails between their legs. I think Nisili could have picked up the kill on Cassidy, who was just one kind of tick away. I think that is George's Australian internet coming into play. He will be,
or perhaps a rage quit.
Perhaps a rage quit, but I don't think I've ever seen George rage quit, and I troll him every single time we play. I have, however, had a lot of games where he'll say milk, milk, milk. I'm like, and then he just goes away. Oh wow, Shaco being caught out by Caitlyn. Yikes! So I missed that too while I was making fun of Genocide George for being Australian. Serves me right for being racist. Anyway, I think that there should be a Australian sort of server, something like that. There are a ton of Aussies who play this game. Oh wow, lots of damage coming on. Can she get the charm? She doesn't. Very nice juke from Caffeine, and he is able to make it out. That was I guess Jamal's son as Tarek was in the right place at the right time. Caffeine went in on Ahri right as Tarek got to lane, and he was able to get the stun off. Just going over the CS right now and the gold kind of advantages. Up top we have 130 CS on Rumble to 137 on Jarvan, so a 5 CS lead for Jarvan. However, Rumble has picked up 3 kills, so in that lane we have about a 500 gold lead in favor of Rumble. Ahri is 103 with 114 CS, equaling 5.5k gold. Oh, sorry, lots of damage coming down. I missed that gank completely. Tarek is doing a great job of roaming now, and it looks like I'm also missing... What am I missing?
A Baron attempt.
Wow, a Baron attempt. That's what I'm missing. Thank you very much. Only jungle getting taken down very low. Tarek moving into tank phase. That Will of the Ancient is going to provide a lot of sustain for all 5 members of the team. The Ahri is going to benefit from it, and as well as the Lee Sin. Rumble getting knocked up by Baron at the end there, but it's not going to make a single difference because blue team is able to pick up the Baron. Jamal's son might be in a bit of trouble here. The rest of his team has gone back, and he is against Caffeine. Caffeine actually deciding to go to Eye on Jamal. A ton of damage coming off, but once that burst is over, Caffeine doesn't have anything left, and that is a kill. Caffeine, oh, and Shaco going in to try and save the situation, and no, Tarek is once again there with that Dazzle. Excellent single target stun, which is both good against the Kassadin and the Shaco because it will lock onto you after you blink away. So very good choice with that Tarek. It was the 5th pick, very smart, and it looks like blue team has a significant lead. The purple team is doing a great job of getting some CS. But, oh wow, and the charm lands on Jordan, and he decides to just go man mode and ult in, but maybe that is because they had surrendered. I was going to say, it does seem like the snowball had really started to go in favor of the other team after that Baron, and it just seemed that that they weren't so happy with the falling off of Shaco and Kassadin. So, well played by both teams. I think that pick on George and the very sort of early Baron 22 minutes into the game was such a good call, and really, I mean, that's what sealed the game for them. They had been doing pretty well all game. Some excellent play down bot by I Am Jamal and Jamal's son, really dominating that bot lane. But then that pick followed by that Baron is what really said, you know what, we are winning this. And then it looks like they were in the process of pushing mid for the win when the surrender vote came through. So, interesting game. It was the first time we've seen. It's the first time I've casted a Shaco. I would have preferred to see that Shaco be a little bit more aggressive towards only jungle. I think he was just too farm oriented, and really, other than his giving up first blood and then later on taking dragon, there wasn't a whole lot that he really, accomplished that Lee Sin didn't. Some very nice ganks by blue team through bot lane. And I mean, really just sort of a snowball-y game. I don't really know what happened up top. Genocide George was doing a very good job early on, but then I guess that Rumble just too good. Check Skype. 1 second. I'm meant to check my Skype for something. Okay, well that's useless. Anyway, alright, so it's Kobam messaging me, letting me know he doesn't play Rumble. So I guess that is just his godlike skills coming into play. But yeah, I mean, an interesting game. Sort of a little more snowbally, a 24-minute victory, but still very nice coordination and play from the blue team. Some great ganks, bot lane especially, through the lane. So I'm going to put the official Got Milk seal of approval on here, say GGWP, and cut this recording.